Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to check the video out and spend some time with me. I always appreciate that. You guys, today I want to give you an update on my search for a new boat. If you saw the video I did a couple weeks ago, you know I'd been running an FXR Skeeter, FXR 20 Skeeter for the last 2.5 years through a dealership called Boatworks here in Springfield, Missouri. And that dealership went out of business, so that left me without a boat. So I've currently been without a boat for almost 3 weeks now. And I did that video a few weeks ago talking about my search for a new rig, and sort of wanted to give you an update on that, how that's coming along. And also I'd be curious to get your guys' advice on, or opinion and advice on what I'm talking about here. So I've been looking around. I've been looking at both aluminum and fiberglass boats, and I've had a couple different companies reach out to me about potentially working with them, but nothing has come to fruition on anything that yet with that. But I got to get a boat, so I got to start moving forward to this. So I've been bouncing back and forth between going to an aluminum and a fiberglass model. But regardless what I'm going to do, guys, I'm not going to go over 150 horsepower. I'm going to stay between 115 to 150 horsepower. The boat is going to be 17 to 18 feet long. It's going to be the same type of setup I had back in the 80s and early 90s when that was the limit. It used to be 150 horsepower limit. And I'm going to get an entry level boat, and I'm going to really promote the fact that the cost of bass boats are just ridiculous. It's completely out of control that people are spending over $100,000 now for bass boats. So I want to find a boat that is affordable to everybody, including myself, that I can get into for under $30,000. It will do everything that you need to do. And so that's my first criteria, is 115 to 150 horsepower. And then I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to keep, simple electronics on it. All I'm going to do is get, 2D sonar and GPS. May or may not even have spot lock. I may just go back to the old Fortrex without a spot lock on it. May or may not have power poles. Haven't decided on it. But the main thing is just to keep bass fishing simple and affordable, and stop the damn rat race of these six-figured bass boats that are out there, which is just absolutely ridiculous. The average person, guys, cannot afford a $100,000 bass boat. It's like, when you're talking about cars and boats and stuff like that, it's like, you might as well drive a dang Lamborghini if you can afford a $120,000 bass boat. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, think about it, guys. What are we doing? Back when I started fishing my first year on the circuit, the top of the line, state of the art, best boat that you could buy on the market was like $15,000 brand new. This was back in the late 80s. And now we're at $120,000 for some of these boats out there. But so the main thing in my search here is I've been looking at a lot of different stuff out there. I've been looking at all the different aluminum boat lines, some of the fiberglass ones that have those models that, have 150 horsepower or less on them. And I can't really decide between the fiberglass and the aluminum at this point. I've had both before. I ran a Ranger 198 for about 1.5 years. I really liked the aluminum. The only thing I didn't like about the aluminum was that the wind catches it twice as bad as a fiberglass boat. So if you're fishing on a point or something and you get a gust of wind, it'll really push a aluminum boat a lot quicker than a fiberglass one. That is one issue, but I was even in some big water in my aluminum. I took that Ranger 198 in 3 and 4 foot waves, and it did fine. You just had to slow down with it. I do like another thing I like about the smaller boats is it forces you to simplify and carry less tackle. And actually, when I had that aluminum, that 198, I fished half the year out of it, and I was in second place in the Bassmaster Open's point standings out of that aluminum boat. So, it definitely is an advantage at times. But the thing about it is, like some of the fiberglass models that I've been looking at, there's some advantages of fiberglass in terms of, probably handling rougher water longer. Aluminum boats out there, they are welded, so you do have that element to consider, because I plan on keeping a boat for a long time. I'm not going to get out of it once I get it. So anyway, I haven't really decided. I'm still shopping around with that. I can't decide another thing about that, to go with a single axle or a double axle trailer, even though I do like the double axle simply because it's a little safer on the highway. In case you do have a flat tire, you can keep going. So whatever boat I get, even though it's going to be a small one, I might get that upgrade of a double axle trailer just for safety reasons. But the main thing, guys, is I am done chasing the dang 250 horsepower, 21 foot, $100,000 boat deal. I'm done with it. It's time that we dial it back a little bit and simplify it and keep the tradition and the heritage of the sport alive a little bit, and reconnect with the average dude out there. I mean, the average bass angler in this country cannot afford a $100,000 bass boat. I mean, even if you're doing good, I mean, even if you're making a lot of money, but if you have a family, and even if you're making a lot of money, who wants to have a $100,000 bass boat, under their having to take care of? So that's the main thing, guys. I'm going to keep it under $30,000, aluminum or fiberglass, smaller model out there. I'll still be able to fish tournaments on it. I'll still be able to do anything that I want to do out of a small boat that I could do in a big boat. And, it's just not going to cost, it's going to cost a third of the price. So shoot me some comments, guys. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think about fiberglass versus aluminum. Be curious to get your feedback on that, and I'll keep you updated as the search continues along. See you guys.